Part 2 of what I found at the NAMAC event of early June. I always look at tables with bigger scales on them because sometimes, every once in a while, there's a lost 3-inch car on the table that the seller wants to get rid of. In this case, it was very obvious that there was something 3-inch on the table because it was this complete case of Corgi 3-inch cars on a table of a seller that had bigger scale Corgi stuff on the table. Immediately I was interested in these because I knew what these actually are. These are Realtoy cars. I found a 5-pack once some time ago of Corgi wheels with these Realtoy cars in them. So yeah, I was immediately interested. So I asked what the cars were selling for, and he said €2 each. And then I asked him what he wanted for the whole box. I calculated what I wanted to spend for it, and the price he gave me was only €1 different than what I calculated. So that was a deal. So I bought the whole box. And he was very honest because he said, watch out, there might, before I bought it, watch out, there could be some doubles in here. And I said, I know, but that's fine. So I anticipated already having some of the cars in here. Turns out even the ones I already have are different. So let's dive into it with this Mercedes-Benz ML. So €2 each. Separately, the whole box gave me a discount, and I paid €1.46 for each. So made in China. There's some addresses on there for the different Corgi affiliates. On the back, there's there's part of the set, because there's different cars in this box that are not on here, and then there's some cars on here that are not in the box. Now it so happens that on the next NAMAC event that has already been has taken place when recording this video, I found the ones that were not in this box that are on the picture here. So this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one I found at the next NAMAC event. And there was one extra I got, color variation of something, I believe. So that means I got the whole set, and then a bunch of extras that are not on here. So let's check these out. These are all very well endowed in the tempo department. I don't know if that was a question by Corgi or what, but yeah, very pleased with that. Some of them have the scale on them, if not all of them. I don't know if that's accurate, but at least it gives you an indication of what scale it could be in. So they replaced the Corgi, the Realtoy brand name with Corgi. So these are famous for having a very nice interior, so we will try to look at all of the interiors. But already you can see here the black tempo around the windows and the cladding on the side. Got a very nice grille with all the lights in the front, and often there's a license plate on there, usually with the name of the model on there, ML500 AMG. Yeah, that's an interesting model designation, because I don't think that was ever it was ever called that. Got some lines for the defroster lines too. Lots of details, love it. And you can hear the ice cream van drive by in the street. I don't know if you can hear that on the video. Let's take a look at this interior. As you can see, proper Mercedes-Benz steering wheel, and nice. Unfortunately, the windows deform the interior a little bit. Looking into it, a lot of details on the dashboard and stuff. It's amazing. For such a basic car, these Realtoys were one of the best, together with Majorette back in the day. So I'm going to put them back in there, otherwise the table will get too crowded. This time, this one I was sure I already had. New Mini. BMW New Mini in 156 scale. But I will show you the one that I already had. That clearly says the Realtoy, where it says Corgi on the other one. And also the Made in China was left out for the Corgi ones. This was bought in the Stupid Toy Store, so it has a date on there, 2013, July 22nd. But then we can look at the differences. So the side mirrors in white on the Corgi version. The front, we get some black for these fog lights on the Corgi. Other than that, it's pretty much the same. And on the back, we get a white tempo on the license plate. That's actually a clip from the base. So it's a hook assembly model. So, and the third brake light also on top. So a little bit more details on the Corgi ones. That's nice to see that they are different. Let's take a look at the interior. So I don't think these have door cards. No door cards, but I mean proper steering wheel for the Mini. We got the big screen in the middle there. Yeah, it's just all very nicely detailed in there. Crazy details for such a basic car. You don't even get that on a premium Hot Wheels or Matchbox, that kind of detail for the interior. SLR McLaren, have it in red, did not have this black one. Mercedes-Benz SLR McLaren 1/60 scale. Not that detailed, but you know, it's black, so grills and stuff and surroundings for the windows, you can't really see those anyway. Yep, again, lots of details on the inside. Also like the clusters they always do. Nice. The new Beetle RSI. First example I have of this casting. Volkswagen new Beetle RSI 157 scale. This one has the bucket seat, just one, with the roll cage, side indicator repeater, some details in the front and in the rear, plastic wing. It still has the original dashboard. And then what else is in there? I'm not sure. I don't know if that's a battery or something there. Not sure. Possibly makes sense to be able to disconnect the battery if something happens. That's maybe why they put it next to the driver. I don't know. BMW 7 Series, kind of a magenta. I already have this in a different color. 163, so that's close to 164 scale, allegedly. Again, black around the windows, BMW 7 Series on the license plate. And these all have a nice weight to them because they all have a metal body all the way to the bottom of the bumpers and the side skirts. Good stuff. Again, proper BMW steering wheel, you can clearly recognize that. Nice dashboard. Let's see in there. That's really cool. Another casting I did not have yet. Classic Beetle in gold. Ooh, this one got a chrome base. Even got some silver there in the front underneath the frunk. VW logo up there. Would have been nice if that grille had some silver too, but maybe that was always painted in the body color. Some chrome on the side. Well, silver paint depicting chrome. This probably must be much more basic. Yeah, that steering wheel is very basic, and also the dashboard is very basic. So yeah, and not that much detail on this as we usually get. Kind of large too, but it doesn't say a scale on it. Yeah, it's probably 155 or even less. This one I already have. I could not find my other example to compare if there's any difference in the details. I have a racing version of it. To Nissan Fairlady Z, so a 350Z or Z. Got a little orange part for the indicator. Fairlady Z is there on that twice. Just an orange dot for the indicators on the rear, a little bit sloppy. Right-hand drive as it should be. Again, see the screen in the center there. It's got the Z or Z in the back. Let's take a look at that steering wheel. You can get a look at that. Yeah, nice. Also like that they have the gauges, the 3 gauges, and then the 3 little meters in the middle there too. All detailed up. Very nicely done. There's a second one here, so that's a double. Another casting I did not have yet. Mercedes-Benz, the W203. Mercedes-Benz C-Class, 157 scale. So this is kind of the racing style that they did, to put some goofy flames on there with some letters and numbers that don't mean anything. Racing on the license plate. Nice grille, headlights I'm not a fan of. A window banner. Taillights. Tempo is a little bit small. Should have been a little bit bigger to completely fill the spot for the taillights. And again, we get a proper Mercedes steering wheel. Got the armrest in the middle there. And then, let's see, dashboard. Yeah, cool stuff. Ford Focus. Already have a few colors of this, but do not have this mouse gray one. Ford Focus WRC. Lots of detail. So this one got 2 bucket seats and a very racy dashboard with all the buttons and switches. Racy steering wheel also. No airbag on this. And a big screen in front of the driver. How cool that they did the effort to actually make a racing dashboard for this model. It seems to be, it has these pegs in the back that seems to be, you know, meant for some kind of a roll cage in there or something. But I checked my other ones that I have. This is also a Corgi version from that 5-pack. Also does not have a roll cage. And then the racing version, that is a branded Realtoy, does not have the roll cage either. So I don't know if they ever made one with a roll cage and that's what these pegs were for, but yeah, that's interesting. So Volkswagen Golf Mark V, I have it in red. Now we got this nice blue version. .157 scale. Got a little bit of a paint flaw there. Lots of tampos in the front again. I like the fog lights that they do down there. And even some, you know, two-tone bumpers. It says Golf on the left and I think TDI on the right. Yeah, with the red eye. So the more powerful TDI version. I don't know if you can see that. Tail light did not completely tampo there. Not perfect, but hey, I mean, for that kind of money, what can you expect? Steering wheel, I don't know if that looks like a proper Golf steering wheel, but I think the dashboard is definitely a Ford one, Ford Volkswagen one. Cool. So this is probably the Ford Galaxy. I have a gold version. There was also a Volkswagen Charan and a Seat Alhambra version of this minivan, but yeah, this is the Ford Galaxy. Again, lots of details on the side, a little bit of a paint flaw there too. No license plate on this. Pretty basic in the front, but we get lots of details on the side. In the rear, it's also nicely done. I don't know if you get that flashing from the little light too on your screen. This dashboard is not something to write home about, unfortunately. They probably saved on the dashboard because they had to put that extra row of seats in there. So this is a 7-seater. It's got a black steering wheel. That is, I don't know if that is looking authentic. Yeah, probably not. At the bottom row, BMW Z8 with the hardtop on it. I already had a color of this. This is a new color for my collection. BMW Z8 Coupe 158 scale. Nice BMW logo with that grille on the side. Yeah, full deco in the front. In the rear, we don't get the taillights because it's red. So yeah, a little bit low on details in the back. Proper steering wheel, that's how a Z8 steering wheel looks like. And also the dashboard, very nice. We got gauges in there and buttons and vents and stick shift and handbrake, all the good stuff. Fantastic. The model is maybe not that great on the outside, but it's compensates for that on the inside for sure. Got a double for the Beetle. Here we got some race car I do not care about, but you know, for those of you who do like these, we'll take a look at it. Nothing on the base. Feels very light compared to those heavy cars that we've seen so far. Porsche Boxster, also with the hardtop. I kind of like that they differentiated them from other diecast brands with putting that extra metal on there. Porsche Boxster S, 158 scale. Some details on the side, nicely done. Not so much in the front. We don't even get a Porsche logo. We do get the orange for the indicators. And on the back, yeah, pretty basic. Let's see if the interior compensates for that. I don't know if that looks like a Porsche steering wheel. Dashboard is not as detailed as we've seen on some others. It's a little bit blobby. So yeah, not their best work. In and outside, can't be all winners, right? BMW X5. Also, first example I have of this casting. So there's a bunch of SUVs in here that I did not have before. 161, so again, a little bit closer to 164 scale. Two-tone bumpers, nice kidney tempo on there, BMW logo again. You can already see that this interior is very nice. Got the black around the cladding, around the wheel arches. Very nicely detailed in the back, even some silver for the double exhaust, so this must be a 4.8i or something like that. Yeah, very nicely done. A little bit of a paint flaw there, but it's very minute. We got the wrinkles of the leather seats detailed. We got the proper BMW steering wheel. We got the, let's see, the dashboard. Yeah, proper BMW dashboard. All the good stuff. Nice. Porsche Cayenne, a color I did not have. This is my fourth version of the Cayenne by Realtoy. It's very cool to have it in yellow. 161 also. Again, nicely detailed on the side with some black and silver and white. And the front, we do get a Porsche logo on this one. And that's nice. Cayenne turbo on the back. No silver for these taillights though, for these exhaust pipes I mean. We do get some silver up there and the third brake light. Use some black for the roof rails. Let's see. Interior wise, yeah, that looks, wow, that looks like a Tesla dashboard in there with a big tablet. I don't think that was the case with these Cayenne turbos back then, but again, nice seats. Yeah, some interiors are better than others. Audi TT, I had it on my list that I already had it. Turns out I did not already have it, even though I already have it. How's that possible? So Audi TT 155 scale, so rather large. And here's the other silver one I have. This is the 1998 version. And sorry, this is the 1998 version. And this is the 2006 version that I already had. So I did have a silver one already, but it was a newer model. Again, some details on the side. I don't like these headlights, how they try to detail them, but the grille is nice. And these squares are really funky. What the heck is that? TT on the back, the 4 rings, and some black for that center part, but no silver for the exhaust. It's got the spoiler lip that it was recalled for later on because they were not safe to drive. Yeah, that might be an Audi TT steering wheel. Got these round vents on the dash. Dash is black and the rest of the interior is gray. Not bad at all. And we get again to some less interesting stuff, some kind of a stock car. Would have been fun if it had a police livery like that Edo Car one. That would have made it interesting. This, not so much. Ford Thunderbird. And I don't know if this is a real deco, probably not. Probably some fancy deco. Some probably non-existent sponsors, I don't know. And this one has, let's take a look. It's got the 1 bucket seat and then black dashboard. And not much to look at. Yeah, steering wheels detailed, but sitting a little bit low. And there's nothing else in the interior. It's got half of a roll cage in the front. Another stock car. I don't know if it's also a Ford Thunderbird or not. Kind of looks like it. This one has nothing on the base. That's interesting. Okay, so this is kind of a generic one, I guess. Interesting. But you know, basically the same interior, it seems. Volkswagen Touareg. In blue, did not have this color. 161. Much more detailed than this version that has a Realtoy on the base. Realtoy name, I mean. You can see how much more details the Corgi one has. Also, the headlights are much better. And then it's got the two-tone on the bottom. There's some gray for the cladding. And in the back, some more details. Although this one does not get the Touareg name on the hatch in the back. It does get it on the license plate. Interestingly, this one also gets all these details with the two-tone and stuff. But this one is branded Realtoy. It's not a Corgi version. So, yeah. It's got the date on there, so also from the stupid toy store. So interesting that some did get more details than others. Interior-wise, yeah, that might be a Touareg steering wheel. Yeah, detailed. If you see that flashing also from that light, I apologize for that. Already have a yellow new Beetle, but again, we will see it's not exactly the same. Volkswagen new Beetle in the fine print. This is the one already have. You can see the Corgi one compared to the Realtoy one. It has a more deco. It even has some silver for the side mirror. That's the only one I think in the whole box that got silver on the mirror. Nicely detailed front bumper there. That's sweet. And the back bumper also a little bit more details, but nothing on the license plate though. Also the color of the interior is different. Black for the one I already had and gray for the Corgi version. So very nice to see these variations. That looks like a proper new Beetle steering wheel. Also nice dashboard, and the rest of the interior is nice too. And the last one, also a new model to me, probably very big in scale, and a very nice green. Also 156, yeah, that's pretty big, but nicely detailed. Mercedes-Benz A-Class, full deco in the front. Would have been nice if the indicator repeater had some orange on there. And then nicely done in the rear too, but no model designation or anything like that. They did some effort for the opening roof to put some black on there. That's nice. Steering wheel, yeah, that probably looks like a Mercedes A-Class steering wheel from this generation. And again, nice dashboard. All the details are there, even in the middle there. Cool. And then at the end of the event, I had not encountered Diecast dude, so we communicated through, because he wasn't there, we communicated through WhatsApp, and he told me that at the Zeeman closing stores, they had these Hot Wheels Ultra Hots. So when I drove back, I had to charge my electric car. And I thought, why don't I look in the neighborhood here of the place where I was charging, if there's no Zeeman stores, and I go look for these. Turns out that I was very close to the location where there was the 3-inch and 1/64 only diecast event that I did a video on some videos ago. So I drove back to that little town, and they had a Zeeman in the center of the town, not far from the event location. I found some Hot Wheels, the what is it, 57th anniversary set with that purple, with that Porsche Cayenne, for €2.29 each, but didn't get those. And then a little bit further from where the diecast usually is, because they have main lines for €2.29. I found the whole set for only €2.49. So only 20 cents more than the main lines. And for that, you get full deco, and some even have a metal base. That's a good deal for sure. This is the whole set. The only one I did not get is the 65 Pontiac GTO, because I don't collect that model. It doesn't do anything for me. There should have been a Mustang instead of that Pontiac GTO, and then this would have been a perfect set for Europe, because basically every single car in here, us Europeans, we know. Yeah, so almost a perfect set for Europe. 1970 Ford Escort RS 1600, got the model name on the card. Hottest metal cars in the world. So this kind of harkens back to the past of Hot Wheels. It's got these Spectra Flame colors on them. That is sweet. And these Ultra Hots wheels. Chrome interior, so it makes for chrome bumper pieces on the corner here in the front, and then complete bumper in the rear. So as I said, full deco. Sweet. Number 2 of 8, Volkswagen T1 GTR. I'm not even sure if I have an example of this casting. 2018 Mattel. This might have been an ID casting by the looks of it. So bottom part is plastic, but they put some dimension in the plastic so that it doesn't look that plasticky. Don't know what the 25 means. Let's take a look at the interior. It's got a reinforcement in NAMAC on the inside that is also painted pink, and then a fan on top of what is probably the engine in the back. Yeah, 2, 4, 6. So that's a V12 in the back there with a fan on top. That's cool. I don't know what that stuff is in the back. Is that just a rear axle? Some reinforcement for all that power that the V12 produces, and possibly some exhaust too. I don't know, there's a deflector in the back. I don't know if there's exhausts coming out anywhere. Oh, on the side here. No, so these in the back are not exhausts. Just reinforcement, I guess. I don't know if there's anything to see in the front. Is that a center seat? That is a center seat. Oh, that's cool. That is cool. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, got the funky steering wheel. Kind of like a yoke steering wheel. Yeah, that is one cool model. I like it. Number 3 of 8, the Mazda. '89 Savannah RX-7 FC3S in a very nice dark, very dark bluish. I think there's a blue tint to it. Almost black. Nice one. Right-hand drive. 4 of 8, the Honda 88 CRX, and nice purple. No tempo for those lights down there. Cool. 5 of 8, the Porsche 356 Outlaw. Cool. Porsche logo and all the good stuff. Detailed fuel filler sticking through the front there. These kind of vents on the rear windows. Side exhaust, it seems. Although that's kind of strange because the engine is all the way in the back. So I don't know what that is, really. No silver on the vents for the engine cover. It does say Porsche nicely there. That's nice. And then 2 black exhausts sticking out of the back from the base. Sweet. Number 7 of 8. 6 of 8 was that Pontiac, I believe. 1981 Toyota Starlet KP61. This has a metal base. That's fantastic. No Toyota logo on there. Lots of details on the back. that's a good one. That's very good. And then number 7 of 8, the Corvette, which also has a metal base, unpainted, 69 Copo Corvette. It's got those bigger wheels in the rear, side exhaust, Corvette embossed in the back. Corvette logo. Yeah, these two. Well, there's a lot of good stuff in this set. I think these 3 are my top 3. Thanks for watching.